Yeah, this is so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just work here.
Alright, we're live?
Yes, it is live.
Alright. Alright, hello and welcome back to Rust Belt 2, where we have our matchup Bowling Green against QC Pitt, and Pitt with an early goal, bringing us 10-0. That's number 5. So I acquaint myself with our roster card here.
If you're keeping time, does that mean you don't need me to get...
And I don't have a 5 on the sheet. Bowling Green with a slow-moving, almost phalanx up the far side. That's Freeman.
Yes.
Back up to Mata. Over to Hawk, who lost the handle. And Pitt's running the other way. Pitt with another goal. That's number 6, Devin Smith. And Smith with the second goal for Pitt. Scorecard, you're on the wrong. You got the wrong thing.
Flip, two, flip, two. How did blue score again? Oh, shoot, my fault.
Getting our score table situated here. There we go. Freeman on the far side, now coming center.
Yeah, that's an orange.
And Freeman, Bowling Green with control here, so now Freeman trying to get free, pun intended, on the far side. Has Mata, and Freeman turning the corner and scoring for Bowling Green. 20-10 now, Bowling Green on the board. You'll pardon our camera adjustment here just for a moment.
No, the one that just scored there. Oh, Riley? Yeah.
Yes, it is number 8. Yeah.
I was like, I think it's 9.
Pitt bringing it up on the far side. It's the keeper. That's number 10.
No, what? I'm not good at...
And the pronunciation is cut off, so I'm going to guess Neofus.
Probably do the time and stuff. I can't...
Pardon me if I get that incorrect. Pitt with a far pass into the corner for Smith. Smith trying to find the next pass. It was low. Pitt picks it up. Neofus shot, no good. And now Bowling Green, do they recover? There we are. And Freeman turning the corner against the last defender. Freeman all clear and good, and that's another goal for Bowling Green. 20 all. And now a stoppage. That looks to be a question from a referee.
Hey, good to see you.
Oh, you taking off?
Yeah.
All right.
Good to see you in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Derek. See you, Ron.
Friend of the region, Ryan Sue, saying goodbye. What a nice guy. And a third dodgeball interference. And that will turn that back over to Pitt. So now they will have control while coming up on offense. Teams even so far, as Neofus at the top of the key, guarded by Freeman, passing down. 19, who tries to pass to the inside. Bowling Green eventually recovering there. And yes, they now have it, and Pittsburgh will go back on defense.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, I know. I was pretty much like.
Freeman bringing it up slowly on the near side. Passing to Hawk. Hawk. Wrapped up, gets it to Freeman. That's Karras on the defense. And Freeman over the top to Mata. Mata wrapped up. Mata fighting through and gets beat. And that was a good defensive movement by Pitt, stopping any forward momentum. And they save themselves a goal. You can tell it's later in the day for these teams for sure. Been at this event quite a while. Already played multiple games today. So some tired legs out on the field. Hopefully they can finish out strong.
We don't want you chasing.
Neophis at the top of the key. Protected by their beater. And no goal.
I do the secret swap.
Reset used. I think it was a good move there by Pitt. Just get it to your tall player in the back.
Time is 5:30.
Alright, so that's what I do if I miss by like ball number 2. It's like, alright. Now I know what to do. That's the only time.
Near side, now going other side. Trying to get around the beater. Passing off. Some good combo passing and a good goal. A good combo pass by Pitt. But it's a fast break the other way. Freeman's going to take on the whole team. And Freeman scores another one answering for Bowling Green. 30 all. And looks like a player down for Pitt and needs a substitution.
They have 2 jobs.
It was started by number 21 Velasquez on the other side. Passing off, getting the ball around to the second chaser, whose number I did not catch, who scored the goal. I think that might have been Karras. And that led to both a good goal and a fast break for Bowling Green. As Neophis coming in once more. Bowling Green with dodgeball control.
It's like, there you go, you got it.
The single dodgeball for Pitt, protecting Neophis at the top of the key. Passes off. That's Connor Scott. Scott down to the far side. Might be Velasquez, I think. Freeman on some aggressive point defense there.
Let's go!
As Pitt just trying to salvage anything out of that, trying to run fast and get the rebound. BG caught unawares, but luckily for them, the shot was too high. Good effort by Pittsburgh number 5, whose name, unfortunately, I don't have on my sheet. Some high pressure here for Pitt. Freeman gets across. Hawks calling for it. Freeman taken down. Launches it downfield. Scooped up by Mata. Mata gets it over to number 4. That's Fehrenbach. And Fehrenbach struggling for it. And ripped out of his arms by Scott. So now Pitt looking for a fast break opportunity. And by fast, I mean relatively slow. The ball gets punched out, picked out by number 5. And number 5 scores. Goal is good. 40-30. So the slow-rolling fast break leads to a good goal for Pittsburgh after the ball got punched out of the keeper's hands, Neophis. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly, but the pronunciation is cut off on on my sheet. Freeman on the far side once more. Bowling Green really seems to favor that side on offense. Shoots it up to Mata. Mata to Hawk. Hawk gets beat. Hawk puts it across. Picked up by Pittsburgh. Pitt making a couple substitutions now. As Scott brings it up center.
As long as I'm not eating somebody else's food, it's like fine. But if you want to be like, it's kind of weird. I don't mind if it's like
Pitt with control.
Big plate, you're all like taking stuff off. It's like if you
and pass off.
Something and then someone else takes a bite out of it. Oh no,
Blocked by Freeman as Pitt tried to put it over the top. It was an otherwise really good play. One to beat as Freeman with the juke. And Freeman lays in another one for Bowling Green. 40 all, and it is the Riley Freeman show for Bowling Green's offense.
Didn't he get all four? Yeah. Yeah, so that's
And Pittsburgh had a couple good combo passing there to try and get the ball to that small hoop to the keeper. Freeman read the play, blocked it, and sent it the other direction, juking out the last defender, putting them on their butt. I'm sorry that that's on tape for you. I hope it's a motivation.
10 minutes!
Yes, it's 3 in the row.
10 minutes!
You need to go bowling.
Marinescu at the top of the key for Pitt, passing off to the side. Shot or pass, not quite sure. It was a little low, no good either way. Intercepted by Bowling Green. That's Hawk who ultimately came up to it and gets it to Freeman. Hawk now bringing it up for Bowling Green. This is a new look for them as it's been mostly Freeman. Gets it to, well, they tried to get it to one player. Freeman loses the scrum on the ground and Pitt will take it away. Just a bad reception there and a beat. So Marinescu wants a little speed here with the beaters out of the play, and Marinescu using his size and length, getting it over the head of Mata. It's another goal for Pitt, 50-40. Teams seem evenly matched, although, boy, they both look tired.
Any of us know who did that? 31.
Pitt looking fairly composed in their defense, playing a one forward, one back with the beaters that they have control with. As ball handling for Bowling Green, that's Coy Nicholson at the top of the key, protected by Hartnett. Nicholson over to Mata, back to Nicholson, over to Freeman. There's some good combo passing for you. Freeman trying to run around the outside, guarded too closely, spin move, pass blocked, and Marinescu picks it up. And Marinescu has some space to run. It's a big body down the field. Who's going to stop him? And he comes almost completely untouched, scoring on Bowling Green's hoops. And another one for Pitt, their largest lead of the game, 60-40. And it looks like we have an advantage call.
The time is.
I'm from Michigan, but I live in Michigan.
And we have an advantage call. I think it was a beater foul. And I think that was calling immunity and then not actually claiming the ball. And I think that's on Trina Wiseman-Esparza. Wiseman-Esparza was just standing over the ball with the fist raised, but not actually trying to get it. So That'll be a blue card for an illegal immunity claim, and definitely not what Bowling Green needs now, facing their worst deficit of the game. So the power play now for Pitt, as the dodgeball turnover should go to them.
Good, I guess. It is a good thing. What's the 1 minute timer? But nobody listens.
And so now this leaves Bowling Green without a ball. We'll see if Pitt would like to press. We'll see if they can get into the play fast enough here. As Bowling Green brings it up the field on the other side, it's in the hands of Freeman. And Pitt elects not to try and protect there and not to try to press, save for this one lone beater doing it by themselves. And never mind, the second beater came up, forcing it past to Mata, right in the breadbasket, but unfortunately bounced out. Mata shaking his head. And you're hearing it from the field. 2 hands.
30 seconds.
Missed opportunity by Bowling Green.
Table, what's game time?
But Pitt was effective with the pressure from their beaters, working on the power play as Wiseman Esparza sits in the box. Marinescu looking for his opportunity and just bodies Freeman backwards for another goal. 70-40, and Pitt starting to look more in control. St. Julian now checking in for Bowling Green for the first time, as well as Lily Schlade in a beater for Bowling Green. Pitt's starting to look a little more dominant in the beater game. They've been holding on to control longer. They've kept their beaters pretty far apart front to back. Not necessarily something you see frequently in college. And some trades there leave all beaters on the ground, and Nicholson will have to do it physically here. And it's a stoppage. They initially called Nicholson's shot good.
I also did the freaking... Did you give yourself
It was not given to me. I gave it to myself. I deserve it.
And now a full referee conference on this one. Unfortunately, I couldn't see because the referee was standing directly in front of my eyes.
USQ by choice. I only know this one's from soccer shop. Like, you either do or you don't.
Ball did not go through the hoop. So that'll put the ball into Marinescu's hands. As a good effort from Nicholson there for Bowling Green. Left them without a goal. 70-40. Pitt in the lead.
15!
Bowling Green almost gained, but then lost control, and now Pitt using it to their advantage, putting some pressure on Bowling Green, really making a lot of beats in the key. Pitt guarded on the far end, wrapped up, ball squirts out, managed to get it up to Marinescu. Marinescu beat misses and backhands it through the hoop around Freeman. It's another goal. And it's a fast break opportunity, and Nicholson did not give it to the keeper first. And Nicholson, I think, forgot that Freeman had to touch it before he fast braked. And so that'll be, I think, a delay of game violation. And it looks like Nicholson's saying, I was just listening to my team. So unfortunately, because of the ill-advised fast break without resetting play, it'll just be a turnover here. But nope, it is actually a card, delay of game. So Nicholson will take a trip to the box. Aw, shucks. So Pitt now on a power play. Marinescu is going to take a substitution. Neofus back in now at keeper. It's Karras on the far side there. And new beaters in. 13 and 22 for Pitt. And that is Pekic and Mio, or Mayo. I'm going to go with Mio. Neofus, and just shoots it from mid-range. Good goal for Pitt. And it'll be now 90-40. Pitt really in control of this one. Bowling Green looking a little flat, a little tired. Both teams look tired, let's be honest. Nicholson on the far side with the ball. Bowling Green players kind of clumped up a little bit, but they did recover control on this one. Schlade and Wiseman Esparza. Down to Freeman. Back up to Nicholson. You got a two-hand catch that. Pitt putting a little bit of pressure on, wrapping up. Nicholson passing off to Freeman. Freeman deciding to take it center now. They're going to have to make a move towards the hoops soon. Down to Nicholson. Down to Hawk on the backside of the hoops. Hawk immediately beat. And that was maybe not the best pass for Bowling Green. QC Pitt defensively recovers. Neofus. And puts it up top for Karras. And Karras manages to save it from going out of bounds. Bowling Green some shoulder checking. And looks like they managed to recover it. However, we have a stoppage. I'm going to guess on a beater play that happened just off camera here between Wiseman Esparza and number 13, Emily Pekic.
I don't remember it either. I just remember it's really long with the same syllables. A lot of H's in it.
Well, so the thing is,
The Hawaiian state fish.
I remember seeing a lot of spelling bees because they just like.
Yeah.
That lowering sun definitely making it harder for Pitt on offense. It's making it harder for me too, even with the sunglasses.
It's like 10 syllables.
No foul on the play. So we'll continue here. And the ball ended up in the hands of Freeman for Bowling Green after a dive by Karras to try and keep it in bounds. And looks like there's a substitution. There's some late substitutions from both teams as Bowling Green starts their offensive drive. Pitt with control once more. And they're keeping their beaters in that top-down set. Front back, really, I should say. Velasquez badgering Freeman up top. And a misplaced pass. Manages to get it into the hands of Hawk. It's a lot of kicking on the ground and not being able to pick it up. Jordan St. Julian trying to find her teammate. Falls back into the hands of Hawk. That shot, no good. But Bowling Green ends up recovering the rebound. We'll have another crack at it here. Freeman coming around the near side. Passes across once more. It's a lot of wild throws from Bowling Green on this offense. And they just keep on getting the rebounds. Now finally picked up by Neophis for QC Pitt.
1915.
And that was Fehrenbach who was on the pass behind that they attempted to get it to. 90-40 our score. Pitt in the lead. 19 and a half minutes have elapsed. We're cutting up on that flag runner floor.
Oh, he's not a doctor.
Pitt passing in the back there. I think that's Karras. Couldn't quite tell. A lot of bodies in the way. Recovered by Hawk. Hawk's going to put his head down. Hawk's going the other direction. One person to beat, and Hawk gets the score. It's Bowling Green's first goal in like 10 minutes.
3, 2, 1. 20 minutes!
And that is the 20-minute mark, so QC Pitt will have one last offensive drive here before we go to our 20-minute stoppage.
He was gone. The first 4 were
Pitt bringing it up now, center. Bowling Green with control, and now they've started the front back beater set. And we'll see if they can hold on to control before the flag runner floor. Neophis and beat. Schlade came out of the backfield, and that's the turnover. That's 20 minutes. So the ball will end with a fast break scenario there. Although number 14, the beater for Pitt, that's Jess Link, managed to get back into the play, so Freeman may not have the fast break that they were hoping for. 90-50 our score, so that'll put our set score at 150 as we take our 20-minute stoppage. Now, last game, our flag runner Derek Parker decided to play a very dangerous game by allowing both seekers to go on opposite sides of him and constantly spinning. We'll see if he decides to be as dangerous this game. Both of these teams are pretty tired. In addition to that, we'll see if either team wants to take their beaters out of one part of the game or another. If I'm Pitt right now, I might consider putting a beater to help out my seeker while we have a decent lead, because Bowling Green has had some trouble on set plays. So most of Bowling Green's goals have come in transition. So if it's a set play, maybe I wouldn't feel so bad about sending my beater.
super official here. Super official.
Super official. Looks like number 27 will be the starting seeker for Pitt. The jersey says Lindbergh. They're not on my roster, so apologies. You're Lindbergh because that's what your jersey says.
Always on your phone now.
I should go ahead and sign now because I am going to forget.
I'm playing and you're
Darn millennials on their song.
went down the crochet, pick up the ball.
If I had more to crochet, I'd still be crocheting.
Viewers, don't you hate it when millennials are just always on their phones? Even though millennials are now mostly out of college in their mid-20s and above. Bowling Green seems a little bit fired up after their huddle, so maybe they'll come out with a renewed energy in the second half of the game.
The entire sun? They're designed to, yes.
And it looks like Coy Nicholson will be the starting seeker, trying to do maybe a little more size match for Parker, who is a large human being. Although both seekers do have reach.
What about the whole, seeker thing?
So Freeman is going to try that fast break, yes, no, and ends up getting beat, couldn't pass it off. And Velasquez is going to pick it up and wait until the rest of the team can make it back into the play. Now over to Smith on the near side, and then to Neophis at center. And neither seeker seemed to be paying attention to the countdown and lost a couple seconds as Lindbergh comes out a lot faster than Nicholson and engages first. Nicholson content to saunter in. On the far side now is Pitt, looking around, switching position with the keeper. They've got beater protection. It's Velasquez. Velasquez into Neofis for the goal, and that's another one for Pitt. I believe that's 100-50.
Yes.
Thank you. Sometimes you forget when they're moving the scoreboard. Freeman once more, and Pitt's putting on some pressure. They understand that Freeman seems to be the biggest threat on this Bowling Green offense. Now passing it off to Hawk. Back to Freeman. Bowling Green content to leave their beaters a little higher up this time. It's Schlade and Wiseman. Esparza still. Freeman into the corner behind the bench. Now comes back in. Passing over the top to Mata. Back to Freeman. Freeman finishing through the small hoop. Riley Freeman doing it all. 100-60. And Bowling Green showing signs of not wanting to go down without a fight. Late in the day, it's admirable.
I can't hear you. That's more like it.
It is quiet in this field right now. Not a lot of talking from either of these teams. As the very slow walk to the near side as Marinescu now comes in at keeper, decides to take the side approach and just completely bodies Bowling Green's defenders and are looking for the fast break. The sideline screaming for the fast break as Freeman's running up the field, and none of his chasers are getting up the field ahead of him, and in fact they just completely stopped and let him do all the work. Not that he needed help, but geez, you'd think they'd get at least a little closer to the hoops. Freeman scores once more for Bowling Green.
What would you do? Try to be like a we'll just stop in there.
So 110-70, Bowling Green not going down without a fight.
But it's okay, even if we pass backwards, it's better.
As Pitt with a slow offense, as Marinescu blocks the beat, and Wiseman Esparza to focus at the top of the key. The pass went into Devin Smith, who seemed to score, and now there's a stoppage. And it looks like Bowling Green... We'll see what the call is here, because it looked like a clean block and feed into Smith. And the other BG beater, Wiseman Esparza, was kind of distracted by the Pitt beater, whose number I can't see right now, sorry. It's either 13 or 14. It's either Pekic or Link. All right, and after the discussion, the goal is indeed good. I think that was Smith, number 6, I think. And Bowling Green, despite the exchange, did manage to hang on to control for that one, so that's definitely helping them here. Seeger's in a very slow standoff with Parker on the other side of the field, trying to split his attention here. And it looks like Nicholson is content to defend while on offense. Freeman over to Mata. It's a diagonal pass. Big looping pass back to Freeman. Marinescu blocks it. Gets beat by the person who recovered it. Now they're scrumming on the ground for it. Marinescu, dodgeball's flying everywhere. Can't even see who's being beat. I think Pitt will come away with it, as indeed, yes, that is the case.
Trina, help! Trina, help!
And I don't know why everyone's stopping. No whistle was called. I truly don't know what happened there. The head referee was briefly on the ground. He wasn't knocked down. Well, unclear about what exactly happened there. And so some unfortunately high passing for Bowling Green allowed QC Pitt to get into a defensive position and effectively intercept and cause a turnover. So now they will slowly move it to the other side as Marinescu gets it down to Smith. Smith into the in-running Karras. Knocked out of Karras' hand, and Bowling Green recovers. That was a good play. And Freeman's going to try the fast break against literally the entire Pitt team and does get beat. You can't run 1v6 when they have a dodgeball back, unfortunately. So maybe an ill-advised fast break there leads to Pitt being given another crack at it. That was some good combo passing on the near side as Karras came in from the side to try and get on the medium hoop for a score. Unfortunately blocked at the point. But that was some good offensive movement that we haven't quite seen out of them. I mean, we've seen passing from Pitt, but it's really like the run into the pass is what we were seeing. As Marinescu just gets beat on the near side without trying to get rid of the ball, and Freeman thinks better of the fast break. And now it's there as Mata tries to pick up the ball off the bounce, gets knocked back by Velasquez, gets it back up to Hawk, over Hawk's head, but Hawk gets it off the bounce. And Hawk now beat after getting harried by Karras. So a bit of a chaotic movement in the center of the field here, but Pitt maintained their composure as Bowling Green tried desperately to get it forward. And now Pitt with a little bit of speed moving back into the zone. Marinescu trying to big body it in. And Marinescu over Freeman's head. And it's another goal for Pitt. And our head referee, Banis, blue card, penalty negated by the goal on number 7. Didn't quite hear what the penalty was for. Number 7, that's Eduardo Mata. I think dislodging of the hoop there. I think that was the keeper, 31. Bowling Green.
There was no actual time serve, so...
Freeman bringing it up now. Bowling Green without control for the first time in a while. QC Pitt has it now as both seekers continue their leisurely approach against Parker. And Pitt kind of just picks up the ball in the middle of the field there. I think it was a beat and they just took it out of the player's hands. I think that was Hawk beat at the keeper zone line. As Marinescu doing a lot here, protected by Link, who has been doing a lot for leading the ball in on offense, and Marinescu just tries for a floater shot, no good. Picked up by Karras. Karras getting around Hawk on defense, and Karras, in the slow-motionist dunk I've seen all day, scores yet another one for Pitt. Slow motion, it truly, it looked like everyone had sand in their shoes. I think both teams are very tired, but Bowling Green is very tired. Freeman's the only one moving out there with any sort of pace. Hawk now at the top of the key. Guarded by Karras. Going around the far side now. Back up to Fehrenbach. Fehrenbach as Scott checks back in the game to try and get Fehrenbach. Nearly got the push back over the line. And stoppage here. Beater foul, perhaps? It's 140-70, so I believe it is goal to go for Pitt. And it looks like there was a beater foul that got a turnover. So Bowling Green gets a little break here, and it goes into the hands of Wiseman Esparza on the near side, as Freeman's on the far side. Freeman with the keeper in between him and the hoops. Freeman walking it, looking for the opening, running to the short hoop, cuts back to the medium hoop. Freeman, another one for Bowling Green. I'm not having a tally, but I think Freeman's got at least 6 of their 8. And now it's one more goal for Pitt to win it. We'll see if they're able to finish here. They've got control. They've had a lot of success running it in with the big body of Marinescu. And so they've got both beaters on the far side to lead them in. Let's see if they can finish it here. Wiseman Esparza goes for the look, and then Marinescu, the small hoop goes down, blocked at the point. It's a combination of Mata and Freeman in on that one. And on the ground, it looks like Freeman came away from it, and that was a great defensive block by Bowling Green on that one. No call on the play. Players remount. Bowling Green. And is Freeman going to want to run this one? Gets a high wrap from Scott. No call there. Passes it off to Hawk. And now Hawk thinks better of running it. Hawk wrapped up by Velasquez. Hawk taken down by Velasquez. Doesn't see to pass off the ball before being taken to the ground. And does Pitt come away with it? No, it looks like Freeman picked it up. Because Velasquez was beat there, so Freeman managed to pick up the loose ball. And I think just that lack of energy from both teams made it slow motion to react to that one. Freeman guarded by Karras. Now to Hawk at center. Hawk working against Scott at the top of the key, gets around Scott. Hawk. And wow, that goal from an incredible angle. They called that good. Unbelievable. That was quite a scoring angle from Braden Hawk. Number 69. Pitt, one more to go still as Marinescu brings it up center. Beater's trying to clear it out for him as he drives into the medium hoop. Untouched, he scores the game winner for Pitt. Final score 150-90. Bowling Green respectively kept themselves in it, but Pitt was a little too much. And Pitt will win this one in the waning daylight hours here at Rust Belt 2 in Oregon, Ohio. And keep it locked here as we do have one more game at the end here. I believe Case is getting ready to play. Didn't quite see who the other team was. And it looks like we had an injury right at the end of the game here, so they will be taken care of by our athletic trainer.
Should I just update it to...
Giving it ball for this one.
Do you need to do anything with this, or just let it run?
Just let it run.
Okay. Alrighty, so as the final player who was injured here on the Bowling Green side of things is being tended to.
Okay, who got the goal for BGS? 30.
And I think it might have been Hawk who did not have a sub the entire game. We hope that they are doing okay.
It's a website that has it.
You said 31?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Can I assign this one?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So thank you very much for tuning in. Keep it locked here as we will get started with our next game shortly. And it's Michigan State Case Western. Thank you very much. I think we technically need to rush this one, right?
That's your work duty. You have to do the Yeah.
It's this is the real problem. Because I HR'd so much in college, I have HR'd more games than I have AR'd, and I didn't ever develop the skill to a good degree.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah. Also, never played theater, so my head's not in that mode often.
You've seen enough. Did you see?
I know, but like I feel that ARs who play theater make better ARs.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna run to the back.
I am as well, but I'm good at walking.
Rob, you still got the last one?
I sure do.
Appreciate it.
Of course, dude.
You wanna go over there?
Anything I can do for my dad.
Your dad's exhausted.
Take a rest, Pops.
It's okay, Tony. You can rest.
You can rest now. Don't make me cry. Wait, they have shorts, right?
I was told they do.
Okay.
I can confirm with Corey probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that would be really funny if you're like, alright, thanks, man, and left and we had no shorts.
Yeah, I made sure to ask before because that was the thing. Like, if they don't have shorts, they got to use mine. I don't really want to.
I just like have a ball, like, hold it right here. I'm just like, ooh.
Corey,